So it looks like the Eagles are hot on the trail for Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger. If the Eagles could add him on defense, that would be huge. Not to mention, Jalen Hurts trying to recruit A.J. Brown. Dallas still stinks. Yo, my doing? King Dingbat here, and I hope everybody's having a great Friday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're hanging in there. So, we are waiting. We are waiting for Howie Roseman to make some more moves. I feel like you've got to be thinking, hey, listen, yeah, free agency, a lot of the big players are gone. A lot of things have gone down. But the Eagles got to have a few tricks, a few things up their sleeves, right? They cannot be satisfied with the current roster as constructed, not including the draft, because the draft comes no matter what. There's got to be something brewing, right? Well, we may be coming to the realization that they are going to sign a safety. We're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. We talk Eagles almost every day as well as other NFL stuff. You don't want to miss it. And if you've been subscribed for a while, double check, double moonwalk check that you're still subscribed. I had 5 people yesterday alone tell me that they've had to resub twice. So I don't know what's going on with YouTube. I don't think it's just my channel, but just double check, okay? And I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Now, I'm going to get this out of the way really quick. Don't go sleep on me, computer. Do not go to sleep on me. But today is April Fool's. I ain't playing no April Fool's games with you peoples today. All right? Every day is April Fool's to me. But my big plan for April Fool's, I'm going to be honest with you. This is how stupid I am. I was going to do a whole video saying that the Eagles just re-signed Derek Barnett. That was my plan. To say that the Eagles re-signed Derek Barnett. But they did it for real. That was going to be an April Fool's joke. An April Fool's joke. And they really re-signed him. So, April Fool's on my fat ass, I guess. Because they signed him. So I'm done. I'm done with April Fool's. I was going to think of doing a few Mark Holmes stuff. But I look at Mark Holmes, and he's doing all these videos about Bobby Wagner and Jerry Jones impregnating all the people who work at chicken farms. I mean, it's insane. The guy's losing his mind. So I'm going to lay off him too. April Fool's. Derek Barnett. That was my big... That was going to be it. And they signed the guy. Can you believe it? Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Preposterous. I need a drink. Pinky up. It always shows class. You know? Now, let's get into some stuff. Because today, my DMs have been filled. It's like 8 in the morning for me. And I already got like 8 or 9 DMs. All talking about A.J. Brown, which we're going to get into in a second. But before we do that, I want to talk about something that's more realistic. Something that I think actually could happen. And the more the time's going on, I got a feeling this has got a shot. Okay, I'm not saying it's definite, but I think this has a shot. Okay, and that is Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, right? Safety, Kansas City. He's still out there, man. He's still a free agent. And he would be a massive upgrade for us. From last year. Look, I like Rodney McLeod, but he's injured. He's a little older, and I think Mathieu would be a huge upgrade for the Eagles. Now, here's my issue, my problem with Tyrann Mathieu. My issue with Tyrann Mathieu, the Honey Badger, let's just call him the Honey Badger, is he's 30. He's going to be 30 in May. So, you know, you're getting a guy in his 30s. I think with a young team, when you're trying to build a young team, you want to primarily go young players. However, I still think he could play 3 or 4 more years, and he's at least a good bridge safety. And if it's true that a guy like Kyle Hamilton is going to drop, maybe he's the perfect guy to get. But here's what we got. And shout out to my man Jordan Schultz, thegameday.com. I love the Game Day. I've worked with Jordan Schultz a couple times. I think he's an awesome guy. Really nice guy. But he's posted something talking about Tyrann Mathieu and kind of where we're at with him. And this is what he said. He said, numerous teams would love to sign Tyrann Mathieu. Though executives I've spoken with this week don't feel he's in a rush. The 4-time Pro Pro Bowler, is a great player with interest from Cowboys, they stink. Colts, Saints, Broncos, possible. Eagles, Ravens, Steelers. Plus, will the Cowboys and Jerry Jones spend money, is what he says at the end. Well, Jerry Jones has got to worry about impregnating the chicken farm. That's what's happening with Jerry Jones right now. But it looks like there is a lot of interest with the Eagles and Tyrann Mathieu. And why not? I mean, he would be a great player. If you added Tyrann Mathieu to this roster, let's just look at the defensive side of the ball, right? Then you can, I can tell you, you've upgraded your edge rusher / linebacker with Hassan Reddick. No question about it. Then you've added White as another linebacker. I think that was a good upgrade. If you could add Tyrann Mathieu to that defense, I think it would be vastly improved. And then if you could go out and maybe sign Steven Nelson back for one more year, which I would like to do, I think the defense has improved significantly. Now I'm expecting in the draft, and it is April, it is draft month. Expect me to be Mark Holmesing you guys this whole month, okay? Expect multiple videos. Expect 2 to 3 videos a day. It's going to probably happen. I'm just telling you now. This draft is too important. We're going to do free agency videos. We're going to do draft videos. You're going to get Mark Holmes, okay? Not with 9 videos a day. I'm not going to do every half hour. But you know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 videos a day. But it's important, and a lot of live streams. This is the draft month. This is the key. But if you added Reddick, White, you add the Honey Badger to this defense, and then let's say you go in the draft and you draft Jordan Davis or Wyatt on the defensive line. Maybe you can snag Ojabo in the second round. All of a sudden, man, I think you got a pretty decent defense. You know, I think you got a defense that can rival almost anybody in the division. Arguably, maybe Washington's the only team that would have a better defense than you on paper. But Tyrann Mathieu, if the Eagles have any opportunity to go out and get him, they got to do it. You got to go and you got to pull the trigger. Now, a lot of people were flipping out, and I didn't put a lot of stock in this, okay? But there was a tweet he wrote, Tyrann Mathieu wrote the other day, and then it was some sort of appreciation post. But at the end of it, he put a green heart. Now, people interpreted that green heart to mean Eagles. Maybe a sign that he's coming to the Eagles. I don't know. I didn't put a whole lot into it, but it is good to hear that the Eagles are actively pursuing him. Hot on the trail for the Honey Badger. I think this would be an upgrade, and though I don't like getting guys 30 and over right now at this point, I think he's one of the exceptions you have to make, and you have to go and you try to get him. So we'll see. Now, the other thing, and I've got a lot of DMs about this, okay? This is far less realistic than Tyrann Mathieu's. The Tyrann Mathieu thing, I think you got a 50-50 shot at this. I do. I feel good about that. I feel like there's a chance. But apparently, a lot of people pointed this out to me. There's at least 5 to 6 people. So shout out to all of you guys who sent me a DM about this. But AJ Brown, 1K always open. Him and Jalen Hurts kind of going back and forth, and Hurts says try to make it happen, and he's saying you're gonna stir some shit up. But I don't know what to make of it. Honestly, I think AJ Brown's a hell of a player. I think from what I heard, AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts are pretty good friends. So I just think that they're talking. I think they may be working out together. I'm not sure, but you guys would know better than me on that one. But, I mean, AJ Brown would be like a dream scenario for me, okay? He had 63 catches last year, 869 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's just 24 years old. He's 6'1", 226 pounds. He's a big dude, right? So the thing with him is he would be an absolute perfect fit on the opposite side of Devontae Smith. No question about it. Now, would the Tennessee Titans really want to trade him? That I would think probably not. Although he is in the last year of his contract, then he's going to get a huge contract. We've seen these wide receivers get, what, $30 million now? They're all getting big money, and it may be rich for some teams. It may be too much for some teams. So maybe a team like Tennessee would be interested in trading him. And if they could do that, the Eagles, I would say do it. I still think the most likely scenario, the best guy you have the most legitimate chance for is DK Metcalf. Because DK Metcalf is on a team who's kind of going through a transition, and it may take them a while to find find a quarterback to rebuild around. They don't have it on the roster. And, if DK is going to get paid a lot of money, they may say, you know what, let's get something for him. Like I said, first round pick, easy for him. A.J. Brown, I would probably give a first round pick too. But, him and Jalen Hurts going back and forth, to me, it sounds good. But I don't know that this thing is really serious. I just think it's two guys talking shit. That's just the truth. So, keep your eye out on it, though. You never know. I mean, that would be a massive upgrade. That would change my whole impression of this offseason. To add a receiver like a A.J. Brown or a DK Metcalf, like, that would make me feel like, you know what, the Eagles aren't just saying they believe in Jalen Hurts. They're actually going out and they're trying to prove it. And to me, that would be fantastic. So, we'll see what happens. I think the Tyrann Mathieu thing literally has a legitimate chance of happening. The A.J. Brown thing is probably more of a pipe dream. I think you have a better chance with Metcalf. I think there's a chance with Metcalf. A.J. Brown, not as much. But with that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. I gotta tell you. I gotta tell you. Like, seriously, I really think that the Eagles got something up their sleeve. They've got to have something up their sleeve, right? Like, the biggest thing that happens this whole offseason can't be Kelly Green jersey. I mean, I love Kelly Green jersey, but they got to have something up their sleeve, right? Something big. I just feel like something big is still yet to come down. It just is. What it is, I have no idea. I feel it, though. Look at that. That's so much better than that. That is so much better than that. And you know what? I just want to say one thing. It surprised me how many people did not realize that was an E. That the Eagles had an E. That was an E. That's why the Eagles is the one logo that is always backwards. If you look at the other logos, most of the logos are the other way. This is like that because of the E. I hate it. With that said, Denzel Washington out.